a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the heat.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Well, Ed Sheeran. Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, November 19th goes to Dr. David Diffeney. He's a doctor in Northeast Arkansas, an actual real physician who has been suspended by the Arkansas State Medical Board. Yes, there was an investigation launched after a complaint sent to the medical board. All right, some complainant sent to the medical board videos of Dr. Diffeney walking around his Blytheville practice in the nude. Let's go to K8 News for the report, please.
According to board documents, this video was taken in 2019 at Diffeney Family Practice in Blytheville. In it, Dr. David Diffeney can be seen walking around naked, including in the hallway between patient rooms. Another video clip sent in shows him in the receptionist area walking around 3 women and performing a sex act directly in front of one of the women. The clip ends with him ejaculating on her. Not only did the woman work in Diffeney's office as a lab tech for another company, she was one of his patients. They also claimed Diffeney used his, quote, position of power, sexual grooming, salary increases to groom employees and patients into repulsive acts. An investigator with the Arkansas Department of Health interviewed Dr. Diffeney in September. According to the report from that interview, Dr. Diffeney was informed there were video clips of his actions. Dr. Diffeney said, quote, I don't know anything about that at all. I'd have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about, end quote.
There's tapes. You know, I have had the pleasure of interviewing a lot of people, having conversations with a lot of people, getting game from a lot of people. And the late, great Larry King, drop on the clues bombs for Larry King, may he rest in peace. He gave me some great advice once. He said, and I quote, Charlamagne, the most important question you can always ask is why? I know back in the 1900s and 90s, Bud Dry Draft slogan was why, ask why, but why is always a relevant question. And that's the question I am asking right now of Dr. David Diffeney. Why? If you spend all this time going to medical school, busting your ass to get that doctor in front of your name, you have your own practice, you do all of that just to throw it all away because you want to have your personal freak off in your facility? And why does his last name sound like something sexual? Dr. Diffeney. Diffeney sounds like the foreplay that happens right before you get diddied. Okay? Now, there are video clips showing this man walking around the receptionist's office naked in front of 3 women. Okay? He performed a sexual act directly on one of the women, and the clip ends with him ejaculating on her. Is work really that hard to find? Okay? What I don't understand is they said some of these women worked for him, but also were his patients. Why? I don't understand people who have the money, the power, and instead of using these things for good, they decide, even though God has blessed me with all I have ever worked for, I'm going to get in this position of power and abuse the power by taking advantage of people. Dr. Diffeney is being accused of sexual grooming, salary increases to groom employees, and patients, okay, forcing them to do repulsive sexual acts. Why? And why at the office? Why are you walking around butt naked in your facility? I'm telling you, this is why people need to really just embrace their shadow sides, but do it where shadow sides can be embraced. If you like walking around butt naked, there is nudist colonies for that. If you want to, ejaculate on women and do repulsive sex acts, I'm sure there is a brothel in Nevada that would love to have your business, okay? Some people are just meant to be supervillains, and Dr. Diffeney is one of those people. Send him to Arkham Asylum. Okay, he'll fit right in. The Riddler, the Hangman, the Penguin, the Diffeney. This man is literally claiming he doesn't know anything about any of these things he's being accused of. He said he would have to see those things to have any idea what is being talked about. Well, roll the tapes. They have video evidence of the actions, Dr. Diffeney. This isn't even the first time he's been accused of this. The board got these complaints before and they did nothing. Do we have more of that?
Earlier this year, someone complained about what Diffeney calls his naturist activities. In the January complaint, the board was informed that Diffene was posting nude photos of himself on his social media accounts. The complainant included screenshots from Diffene's Instagram account, Naked Dr. Dave. In his response to the board, Diffene said he is a naturist, and his accounts were well known to the naturist community. He added that there was, quote, no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my naturist activities, end quote. During its June meeting, the board chose not to take any action and decided to save the documentation as information only and add it to his file for future reference.
Dr. Diffene said the practice of being a naturist is promoting acceptance and body positivity. He said we do not shame, sexualize, fear, or negatively stigmatize the naked body. Sure, but you're missing the point. Okay, you are a doctor, you have a practice. So when Diffene says, and I quote, there was no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my naturist activities, well, that's just not true, because I personally watched the video with you walking through your facility during business hours, butt-ass naked, with nothing but a hat on. There's nothing else to see here, folks. Please give Dr. David Diffene the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
Did you answer this question? What was on the hat?
I couldn't tell. I didn't want to zoom in. But I couldn't tell if it was
Not
like an
funny.
Arkansas Razorbacks hat or
I'm just concerned. I'm
some
like,
type of
why
beer
the
hat.
Like, if you're naked.
Butt naked,
You
with just a
already
hat
doing
on.
dump. Like, why the hat?
At his facility during business hours, and all his employees just sitting there, you know, regular clothes on, dressed like this is just a normal day at the office. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not that horny.
All right. Huh?
Like, no.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yes, indeed.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.